Hey everyone, this video is entitled to 3 parenting faux pas to overcome to help your child grow. So 3 parenting faux pas. One of those things that all parents, we all do, we all fail, we all make mistakes, and that's part of being a parent. One of the things that we can do is look to get advice and things like that from other people. And from what we do at KRMA, we see parents all the time coming in and out, and we've been able to come up with 3 parenting faux pas. Okay, let's do it that side so you can see it. 3 parenting faux pas that you can overcome to help your child grow and become as successful as you want them to be. Because as a parent and as an instructor, that's what we want children to achieve, to be their best, to achieve great things as they get older. Now, the first parenting faux pas, number 1, very, very important one, this one, okay? Do not use your child's teachers or instructors as a method of punishment. So this isn't just in martial arts, it's at school, it's at swimming lessons, badminton, whatever classes your child takes. Do not use your child's instructor as a punishment. Now, the amount of times we've had parents come into our school and they've gone, we've been telling our child, so let's say little Johnny, if he doesn't behave, we're going to come in and tell Sensei, and Sensei will tell you off. Don't do that. Please do not do that. That's the worst thing you can do. We don't want your children to come to us seeing us as a punishment. Okay, you bring your children to us to help them engage, to overcome shyness, become confident, to learn good skills, good discipline, good martial arts skills, I hope too, and they're coming to us and they've already got that fear of us. We don't want them to fear us. That's the last thing we want them to do. Children do not learn best through fear, okay? Those days are gone. We figured that out a long time ago, that children grow best through positivity, good mindset, good structure, okay, and discipline, but discipline the right way. So I'm one of these people, believe it or not, guys, I think there has to be a good balance between positive and negative reinforcement. They can't just be positive, because otherwise no one knows how to deal with anything negative in their life. But by making a person that you want to be a positive influence in their life a negative one, that's not going to work. So don't use your children's teachers, instructors, coaches as a negative reinforcement method, okay? Because it's counterintuitive to what we're actually trying to achieve with your child. That's number 1. Number two, all around that, number 2. Okay, so number 2, very, very easy one, okay, and it's called don't be a side seat black belt. Now, this is a term that we use in a lot of martial arts schools. Use side seat parenting or side seat black belts, and what that means is a common industry term that I've heard coined so many times over, where parents sit at the back of a class watching people doing their classes. They watch their children while they're doing it, and they can't step away from it. Now, it's not a term used to try and to belittle any parents and like that. Please don't get me wrong. It is literally there because parents will over-talk the instructor to tell their child what to do. That's the worst thing you can do, guys. If you're bringing your child to a karate class, a swimming lesson, anything, you need to respect the fact that you're putting your child with people that know what they're doing, that are trained to do what they do, and you're not. So therefore you need to take a step back and let them do their job. No, your child may not be listening to every instruction. We do notice that, okay? A good instructor knows when their students are not listening, and their goal is then to help them engage. Now, if a child struggles to engage, we do it slowly and steady. We have to build it. You can't just say, listen, and expect them to have immediate behaviour change. Doesn't work. It never happens that way. How many times have you told your child, tidy your room, tidy your room, tidy your room? They haven't listened the first time, the second time, you probably got to the 12th time, and finally they start doing it. Okay, it's about consistency and helping them build one step at a time. You don't build a house of Lego from the top. You have to do it from the bottom up. So when you see us, and we may not have corrected Johnny on that attempt, it may be because we corrected something else about what he's doing at the time, and what we want to do is focus on what the correction was and the fact he's doing it over what else he's doing wrong. People cannot fix 20 things at once. They can fix one thing at once. We get through that, and we add something on, and we add something on, and we build constructively. So help us to do that. See what we're doing with them rather than what we haven't, okay? And you'll actually start to see that we actually grow gradually, and they grow better that way. It's not too much in one go. Okay, so yeah, take a step back and let us do our job. The other reason why, guys, is that you also want us to be, well, we are, and when we're at our schools or a swimming coach, that's our element. We're in charge. If you undermine that, your child will never listen to us as much as they should do. They will never have the level of respect or understanding they need to in that setting. They need to understand that when they're there, as much as parents are important outside the dojo completely, or a swimming lesson or a school, when they're in class, in school, the teacher is the person in charge. So you need to help us allow that to happen. Every time you shout to your child, Johnny, do this, do that, do what you're meant to be doing this, you're undermining what we're doing. So you actually make us lower down the food chain when it comes to in respect of instructions, etc. And what happens is the child then gets an instruction from the instructor and then looks to the parent for authorization. That should not happen. So please just take a step back. Trust us. If you've picked a good martial arts school, which I'm sure most of you that watch this video have, they will know what they're doing, and we will do the best for your child and we will help them grow. That we can promise you. Okay, the third and final one, number 3, or keep getting my badge there, number 3, okay, get involved. You have no idea how much it means to a child for a parent to get involved in what they do. Whether or not they go to football, rugby, swimming, martial arts, schoolwork, it doesn't matter. Children like it when their parents take an interest in what they do. Now, I don't just mean like when they finish school go, oh, did you have a good day? What did you do today? Because what ends up happening, and some parents probably even be able to agree with this, it becomes a staple request every day. So it becomes a habit. So it's no longer something you're doing out of care or necessity. It's something you do out of habit. And let's be honest, you ask your child, how was school today? Oh, it was good. What did you do today? Okay, both my oldest daughters were like it, and it was a nightmare. I'd be like, okay, but what did you do today? Did you do PE? Yeah. Okay, what did you do in PE? Don't know. Okay, did you do any English, maths? Yeah. What did you do? Don't know. Okay, because it was too much of a loaded question for them. Get involved. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't mean like walk into your children's classroom and go, I'm going to sit here and watch Johnny do his English work. No, don't do that. What we mean is, they get book bags and things like that. Have a look. That's what it's for. Open them up. Have a look what they're doing. Look at their books. Okay. Read with them. Interact with them. Show them you actually care about their learning. When it comes to martial arts, swimming, etc., be there. Watch. Okay. There are some martial arts schools that to this day that still have this mindset of parents aren't allowed in the same room. Okay, I understand that can be a distraction. I understand some have a waiting room, but still be there. If there's a waiting room, most of the time they'll have like TVs and stuff set up so you can watch your children. Do it. My school, I don't have a separate room, but I have a very firm rule that if parents are there, it's our dojo. They have to sit down, they have to watch their children. They cannot create any noise that means that we cannot teach the children to the best of our ability. So they must be respectful while they're there, and that works really well for us. So and we encourage parents to stay. We have a seated row for them to sit on. We want them to actually engage and watch what their children are doing. So and the reason why I say this is because I've seen this time and time again where parents have come along and gone, Johnny's not going to be training for a bit, we're going to give him a bit of a break, we think he's getting bored. And that can happen, guys. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not going to ever turn around and say to everyone that martial arts is for everybody and everyone will enjoy it, and if they don't, how dare you. It doesn't work that way. Some kids like football, some kids like swimming, some kids like rugby. Okay, it is what it is, and that's the same for adults. Okay. However, if they are good at it and they are into it, a parent's goal is to help encourage them and help them aspire to do better. Now, if they're getting bored, and this can happen, guys, first thing we need to look at is why. Why are they getting bored? What is it that's boring them? Half the time, if you actually speak to your child, you find that it's not actually boredom. It's they're finding something difficult or they're finding something challenging. That's not boredom. That's completely different. Boredom is the lack of stuff to do. They have plenty to do when they do martial arts. So it's actually not boredom. It's a challenge they've reached that they're struggling to get over. And they're learning that if they just don't do it, it's no longer a challenge. Well, that's true, but that's a quitting thing. And if they learn that whenever things get hard, they should quit, we're teaching them the wrong things as parents. So if you're at the sessions and you see what they're finding a challenge, you know that it's not boredom, you know it's actually that they're struggling with something particular. So then your job is to try and help them figure out how to fix it. Not to ignore it, but how to fix it. Okay? Because then if they rise to the challenge and achieve it, their mind will be blown, they'll go up another level, they'll go to the next level, and they will get better, and they'll see it, and then all of a sudden, it's like a light bulb clicking. How do I know? because I had plenty of them when I was younger. Okay, my children still have them now. I'll give you a good example. My oldest daughter has just come back from an NCS course, National Citizenship Service course. Fantastic 4-week program for older teenagers. Seriously, if you have older teenagers and you see this video, guys, next year get your children booked on it. It's amazing. She didn't want to do it because reasons, as silly as that sounds. I think personally, lack of confidence. She said, it's not her thing. She'd be bored. It wasn't. She finally went on to do it because she got the opportunity to do it again, and she jumped on it. She's had the best 4 weeks of her year. She's come away and she's going to miss everyone she met, the connections she made and everything, and she's over the moon she did it because she didn't let the challenge stop her eventually. So rising challenges is important. Another one where we've had parents say their children are bored, and we've gone, hold on, their children aren't bored. When they're in class, they're happy, vibrant, engaged, and we see that. And I know some other martial arts instructors that will watch this video will be able to confirm this. They've had this before. I've had discussions with many of them, and we're like, the parent doesn't know though, because they're never here. They never see their child training or their child swimming or their child at school. They don't see the interaction that goes on when they're in class. So what they're saying is actually misinformed. It's not correct. So by going to your student's class, your child's classes only every so often, you have an idea how they're doing, how they're engaging, and how well they're doing, and you'll see that if they're getting bored or not. Okay, guys, that's it from me. Hope you like the video. Chuck us a like below and a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. We've got more coming. Take care. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you soon.